Okay guys, today I'm going to show you how to download your images off your SD card into Adobe Bridge or manage them with Adobe Bridge, and then how to resize them so that you can submit those images to D2L. So first thing I'm going to do is come up to this little camera thing here. Right? It says get photos from camera. Now I put my SD card into my computer already, so you'll either have to do that with a card reader or put it right into the card reader of the computer. So then I'll choose it. There's my camera with some pictures. Okay, so right here is the location where I'll be saving my images to. And this is really nice because you can just, save it wherever you want. Like for example, right now it's going to my B drive, which is my storage drive. But I can open that up and I could put them on my desktop. I could create a new folder. Now I'm working on a PC, but the process is really relatively the same on a Mac. A few little keystrokes of different, for example, there will be a new folder down here button on a Mac. I just right click on a PC and I can create a new folder. And I can call this demo. Okay, and I'll select it. Okay, so down here I could create a subfolder. I typically don't like to, but if you're very organized you might do that. Down here in the rename files, you can rename your files and you have all different kinds of options. You can do a custom. I usually do the shot date, usually works for me. Okay, and then I will start this at 0 so that it counts up from 0 with the shot date. Alright, down here it says open Adobe Bridge afterwards. Well, I've already got it open, so I don't really need to do that. And then save copies too. This is a really nice feature because it allows you to back up your images at the same time as you're putting them on your desktop. So I usually browse. My storage is my B drive, so I'll go to pictures and I'll just select that and it'll drop that demo folder there as well. And then I just hit get media. It's going to take a few minutes and it's going to go through and save those images into 2 different locations, on my desktop and in my B drive, so it's backed up. Okay. This is Adobe Bridge, of course. As I said, up here was get your photos from camera. I have my metadata set up here, my folders and favorites. The default does not have the metadata there. You can go up to the window. See, no metadata. Put metadata in there. That way when I click on a picture, it tells me all the data I need to know about that image. So I can go to my folders here, and I can go up to my desktop. Obviously I have a lot of pictures open. There's my B folder. I've been working off that. There's my desktop. And I can go down to demo. And there's those pictures that I just downloaded. I'm not going to go through all these. They should be RAWs, although some of them look like are JPEGs. I can separate that out really easily by just clicking Camera Raw Images. Okay, over here on the left in the filter, Camera Raw. Or I can click JPEG and it'll isolate each. So I'm going to go ahead and isolate the JPEGs because they're small already. And what I'm doing is I'm going to resize these so that I can submit them to D2L, because if I try to do that right now, the folder is going to be entirely too big. Okay, so what I do is I click on the first one, hold down Command A in a Mac or Control A in a PC, okay, and it highlights all of the images. Alright, brings them all to attention. From there I go to Tools, Photoshop, Image Processor. Now this is going to open Photoshop. and this is my image processor control center. Okay, so I can save them in the same location, which is fine as long as you know where they're at, because what it'll do is create a folder called JPEG. We're going to save them as JPEGs here in file type. You could also save them as PSDs or TIFFs or all three of them, and it'll create new folders for each one for JPEG, one for PSD, and one for TIFF. JPEG is a compressed file format, usually what we print from or what we'll submit for grading on D2L. PSD is a Photoshop document. With that you can save layers, so it's not compressed, not ready for print. TIFF is an uncompressed format as well. You can also save layers in that. What's nice about TIFF is it's cross-platform. PSD is specifically for Photoshop. So I'm going to save these as JPEG because all I'm going to do with them is submit them to D2L. Okay, so save as a JPEG. I'll save them in the same location so you can see what I mean. Size, resize to fit. This is important. It's important that you have the quality of 5 and resize to fit. And you're going to put 1000 pixels by 1000 pixels. And what you're doing is you're creating a square, 1000 pixels by 1000 pixels large. And the processor is going to take the image and make the longest size 1000 pixels. Doesn't mean it's going to distort it and make it square. It's going to make the longest size 1000 pixels. It fits it into that square. Okay? Then I'm going to just hit run. And Photoshop's going to run through each image. Okay, it's done. If I close Photoshop and I close Bridge, I'll see my demo folder here. If I open the demo folder, there's my JPEG folder. So hang on 1 minute, I'll put this into icons. There it is. There's that JPEG folder. This folder here has all my same images as my bigger folder, but it has shrunk down, and I can tell that by right-clicking on it and going to Properties and seeing that it is fairly small, 1.38 megabytes, and that's pretty good size, not too big. Okay, so hit OK. So the next thing I'm going to do, just to keep it straight for myself, is I'm going to rename it, and I'll rename it Demo for D2L, just so that I remember what it is. Next thing I want to do is zip it. D2L does not accept folders. It only accepts files. If you try to upload a folder, it's not going to work. You need to upload a file. So when we zip a folder, we create a zip file. It becomes a file. So for a PC or a Mac, either one, you can right click, and in a Mac it's compress whatever folder, so compress demo for D2L you'll find. On a PC, which I'm working on right now, I can go to my 7-zip. It's a program that I use. Now, of course, for Mac, it's much easier because they already have it built in. But go to demo for D2L zip. Bam. And it should be right there. There's my file. I can drag that out onto my desktop so I know where it's at. Okay, I'm going to open my browser. And I'm going to log into MavZone. Okay, I'll go to my class under D2L. So I'm just going to go to a OTE class that I have. Okay, sandbox. And I can upload that assignment to my assignments. Okay? Or whatever. Okay? Your interface is different than mine because I'm the teacher. So, anyhow, it's that easy. Alright. Thank you, and we'll talk again later.